looky here. It's the Pat and JT podcast.
Pat and JT podcast.
The good thing is that if you get any sort of infection, you work at Nebraska Medicine.
Correct.
So
I know the people.
Heidi is in studio with us. Heidi Woodard. So you could just run downstairs, get some ointment, and you'd be good to go.
Right.
No problem. Right out of a drawer.
I could switch them services. Like you treat my ear zits.
Yeah.
And I embarrass you on Facebook.
Right. That seems like a great. That seems like a totally even trade. You take care of my infection.
Maybe you clear up my infection and I won't.
Yeah, that's true. That would be even better.
That's probably better.
All kinds of free procedures.
Right?
That's probably better.
Not free. Just kidding.
Yeah. If you could get a free procedure, what would you take? If you could get
anything free.
Okay.
Free.
Like at this stage of my life, right?
Right.
Well, but
now,
so I'm not a big. All for people who do plastic surgery. Do not care. Each to each their own.
Yeah.
But at this stage of my life, something that I think would be so subtle that people might not know, but now everybody will know if I ever get done, is like a little eyebrow lift because I'm starting to get snoopy eyes.
I know what you mean.
And so like my mom,
just kind of pull this
my
up.
grandma, like I know where everything's going. So
it's all going back to Mother Earth.
Then you see that one ashes, dust to dust.
Everything's going back to Mother Earth. I'm melting.
Back to Mother is
and
calling
I'm sure there's other areas that are going to Mother Earth that my husband might want touched up, but for me, it's my eyelids.
Everything's going down.
I just want to see people.
Right?
I don't want to look like I'm sleeping halfway through every day.
Listening to this, he's thinking, "Oh, pick the procedure I want." And she goes, "Oh, the eyelids."
Eyelids lift. That's not the lift I'm talking about.
So I can see you better, honey.
But then you see that one person that had the bad experience, and you're like, you don't want to be that person that looks like that can't blink ever, and they have to spray them
or that didn't wake up.
Right.
I don't want to be that person.
Right.
See,
and it's not worth it.
I know it.
You know what else brings out the openness of your eyes is mascara.
Mascara
and
does do that.
I pump up the energy to do that like 4 times a month.
Really? I'm on the dress-up days, church days.
Yeah.
Right? You know, it takes like 2 minutes. Swipe. What are you job interview today?
Yeah.
What's going on with Heidi?
Mom's graduating.
Pants. Oh my God.
But it's just so much energy to put makeup on. And I could get away with it when I was younger. You have such a fresh face. Yeah, not so much anymore.
It's not so much, is it?
Now it's are you sick? You look tired.
You look tired.
That's the worst insult, right? You just look tired.
You just need a nap, don't you?
And I honestly don't think guys get it as much because, guys don't put makeup on. So it's like there's a drastic difference between makeup Heidi and fresh-faced Heidi.
See, that's what you kind of wonder.
It's
kind of a like a double-edged sword when you go down that path of it's like when you're a little kid, when you're a young girl in particular, your mom's trying to hold you back from makeup, shaving your legs, all that stuff that you want to do because then you're an adult and you don't realize.
Yeah.
That's for the rest of your life.
Uh-huh.
It's like coloring your hair.
Yes.
Don't color your hair when you're a kid because then you got to keep it up.
And then I'm just like, I'm just going to grow mine out. And then like 4.5 root inches in, I'm like, this is not.
This two-tone beast is getting dyed.
This is not a purpose ombre. This is a lazy ombre.
We got to go either get it fixed or we're going to cut it off. I don't know which is going to be.
And I tried the cut off. Like in my mind, like I'm just a no nonsense. Like I don't want it. No, face shape, frizzy level. The short hair Heidi is not a good look either.
Do you have any pictures of short hair Heidi?
Yeah, I do. I for sure do.
Oh my God, please.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
It's bad.
I found I was telling the other day, my uncle, he sent me a thumb drive, right? And it's just labeled 500 old pictures.
Ooh,
that's what it's labeled. And he has it set up so you can actually search it too. So you can and he has every picture's labeled.
Oh man, that's a lot of work.
Oh my God, it goes way back. Like there's people that it's way before I was born. There's some of these pictures, and then there's pictures when I was a real little kid, like a little baby, and then older, and all these pictures are in there. There are a couple in there that I delete. Why are these on here? Why I can't?
Because you just couldn't handle looking at them.
The hair.
Oh yeah.
What was wrong with me?
But what decade was it? Like the 80s, probably?
Late 80s.
Yeah.
Early
so
90s,
everybody was
90s.
in that same sort of, oh my God.
What was wrong with us? I mean,
no
across
idea.
the board.
Right.
No one spoke up.
I mean,
Right.
all across the board, the late 80s, early 90s and then it goes from that into grunge, right? It was just like, it went from that. So it was just like we're on a downhill.
We overcorrected.
Seriously,
Big
because it
time
went
for
from
grunge.
apparently disco And then everybody went back the other way, and then it had big everything. It's like big earrings, big hair, big everything, and then it was like complete rebellion.
Right. Speaking of pictures, I have a senior this year, so we just went through senior pictures. I listened to your stories, Pat, about high school, and I'm telling you, it's gonna be here before you know.
Let me ask you the senior pictures. And I just have to ask because I don't have.
Yes, they're very cheap.
Well, I'm surprised people still do them.
No, I definitely question that too. Because Owen is mini Ryan, and
he's got a million of pictures.
What do you
want to
do for your pictures? I mean, I literally have a text string. I don't know. How many outfits do you think? 3. And I'm like, okay, well, let's lay them out. I'm not going to lay them out a week in advance. Like a week was like obscene amount of prep time for this kid, and it ended up being like all different versions of jeans, and like, the fanciest was like a zip up, like or quarter zip sweater. Like that's the one that we had to have the headshot for senior photo, like for the yearbook.
Right.
Other than that, like I was just like, just go casual. Like who cares?
You have
like
so
I want
many
you to
pictures.
look natural.
Look like you.
Yep. So
or just go get a headshot just for the yearbook and not even get senior pictures because the kids have so many pictures
trade
of themselves
pictures
all
anymore.
the time.
I know, and wasn't that the best to be able to look in the shoebox and see like old, like I said with my husband, like we still have 1,000 pictures from friends.
High school, junior high in particular.
Yes.
Grade school, junior high, and you have those pictures and you wrote little notes on the back.
So like, what are they going to do in 20 years? They're going to they're not going to find them on their phones.
No.
Like, remember when you looked like this?
Right?
And you signed it KIT and we did. Keep in touch. Like, they're not going to be able to do
I didn't know that. No. And no one wrote that on mine, so I didn't know that's what it meant. I didn't know KIT meant keep in touch. Damn it.
Now, I will say, when you talk about, capturing personality.
Yeah.
So I thought, this is like maybe 24, at the most 48 hours before the pictures went down. I texted the photographer and I said, hey, so I have this idea. Owen's got a goofy friend and they've been friends all through high school. And I think he'd be up for it if you're okay with it. I said, on his last frame, I want Lewis to kind of just appear out of nowhere where Owen has no idea that Lewis is posing behind Owen
that's
posing.
Cool. That's a great idea.
And so I cannot wait to see the finish because Lewis came and he performed. Like,
so he photobombed him.
Oh yeah, just and GQ posing, thumbs up, right behind them with bunny ears, and then like the reveal of when Owen's 3 shades of red laughing, and they basically put arms around each other, and that's the last picture.
Oh,
that's cool.
God.
That's
but
a great idea.
That's the way I captured how I will remember him in high school. Is just being a complete teenage goofball.
Right. Exactly.
Where they have no idea the adult responsibilities that lie ahead.
Right.
And I want him to remember how great.
Like
you know what?
You're watching your kid on a train bridge and you see the train coming and they're just smiling at the train's coming.
You know what we should do? Because we do, when we did the GradCast last year, we should do this. Like if you have seniors, if you'd want to, I think we could put together some kind of a deal where you can come in and let's just sit down and talk with your senior.
Oh, that'd be fun. I remember that idea. How they recorded messages for each other.
Yeah. And talking about because they're like you said, they have no idea what's coming.
Oh, I would love that. And I don't want to discredit my son. I am so thoroughly proud of this kid. Like he's taken his academics so seriously,
right.
And so I would like not prep and just like kind of surprise him with my compliments because he, I'm goofy, like I'm gonna tease you, mom, but he doesn't hear nearly enough like how incredibly proud I am, and he would be mortally embarrassed, which would be icing on the cake.
Yeah, that's best.
I think it'd be fun to do, and then kind of like, okay, so where are you going to go to college? What do you want to study? Where do you think you'll be in 5 years?
Yes, that'd be awesome.
This kind of thing, and then save those kind of things. That would be because like on Facebook, when they have those Facebook memories show up, and all of a sudden you have your friend anniversary or whatever it is, and it's been 10 years. And poof, here's all these old pictures. You're like, oh my god. That would be kind of
that'd
fun.
Be very cool. And let me tell you that my answer would not have been, I'm going to be sitting in a cubicle in insurance. Right. And that's like in 5 years, I would be sitting there listening to my answer.
What would your answer have been when you were a senior?
What you were going to do? Ad agency, anything involving like dealing with people, like on the regular.
Yeah.
News, like an anchor person when I had no idea how hard that job.
Right.
Right.
Oh, and then I would never see my family. Right. Like I've now met TV people and it's not as glamorous as people think it is. Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you graduated, Pat, what did you think you were going to be doing in 5 years?
I honestly
because 23, you figured 5 years is nothing.
Yeah, and you're saying like as
23?
they're 17, 18. Yeah, like whenever they're graduating as a
Yeah.
senior.
So-
I wouldn't have known either. I would have known I was
no
playing
clue.
softball. Like I knew that, but that would have 5 years out, I would have been done with that. So
Yeah.
That's what I would have thought too. When I was leaving high school, I would have thought I was going to go play walk on somewhere and play baseball, and then I interned at a radio station, and then I thought, well, I'll just do radio. I never had like I'm going to get a degree and blah blah blah. I never had those thoughts ever.
yeah. Yep.
And I can't build anything. I had no discernible talents at all.
Somebody better hire me to walk on.
But
man.
what's funny is that I think that kids, like adults, every adult was at one time a kid, and I think your personality and what your strengths are ingrained from like 6 years old on.
Yeah.
So like you always maybe at family reunions made people laugh. You were never afraid to talk to strangers.
Just a BSer.
But like there are things that like you don't consider them strengths. Like I never considered talking
Right.
and writing as strengths. I'm like, those are just things that are easy. Like
Yeah.
science and math that suck.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Right.
But people who
When you're good
struggle
at
at,
something-
writing or who
Yeah.
struggle at public speaking, that's another thing. Public speaking was never a big deal to me.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I did it great, but I wasn't afraid to do it.
Yeah.
And now it's like,
did you do that
crap.
in high school?
Yeah.
Drama debate.
It was the musical. I don't know why you would question with my mumbleoki.
Right.
that I
It's
was,
so pretty.
That you
was
were
a
singing.
musical.
Yeah, good point.
Of course, you
But
were
I
singing.
performed, I guess. And then
Obviously
I was
musical
like
theater.
a student ambassador. So like they would send us to high schools or
Right.
junior highs, I should say, to recruit kids to come.
See, we didn't have that.
Yeah.
Because you live close. You were just,
We could do
you had no
everything around
choice.
college. I'm a Roncalli grad, so we
Right.
could do everything there. That's the glory
So
of
you
the
were
school. We could do
recruiting people to come
for
there.
sports and musical and student
Yeah.
ambassador and all that stuff.
That's small. It's like small town school.
Yeah.
Except the recruiting part, because you had no choice. You had to go to Ashland.
Yeah.
You were if the bus drove by, you were going to
The
Ashland.
only recruiting was what road mom drove down.
Right?
To get to work. If your school's on there, that's where you're going.
That's where you're going to school. That's
Yeah.
pretty much it. Yeah.
What about you? When
Interesting.
you were 18, what would you have
I
answered?
bet it involved horses.
It did. Mm-hmm. That's all I
Yeah.
knew was going to be in my future. That was it. It was going to be horses.
Yeah.
There was no doubt. I had no idea. Like you, as far as going to college, I had no plan.
Right.
There was zero plan. I knew I was going to go, whether I wanted to or not, because my mom and dad didn't go. Dad went like for a semester or two at UNO.
Yeah.
I think, and mom went to a secretarial school, right? And
Yeah.
so you're going to college.
Yeah.
That was it. And then lo and behold, some dumb luck, I test well on ACTs, and so I end up with a scholarship to Doane.
How late in your high school career did you find out that you were going to do that?
That I was going to go to Doane.
Yeah.
After I took the ACTs.
The day after
But would have been your senior year, though.
I was in my senior
Yeah.
year before I found out that I had that scholarship. Because prior to that, I was like, well, I guess I'm going to Lincoln. I don't know. Is that far enough away? I'm like, because
Right.
I was ready to go.
Yeah.
But they didn't want me to go too far.
Sure.
And so I was like, this isn't, Abel Hall's not far enough.
Right.
I was like, I'm ready to go somewhere. And so Doane was nice because Crete was a nice little drive. But then I found out I was definitely unprepared for Doane. So we're gonna take you out of this math class and put you in this math class. Okay, you can try this one first. Then you'll be able to do this.
I
one.
love those classes. The classes that they say, you know what, this isn't a good fit, but this over here with more ones in the title are right up my alley. Love it. Because if you get at the end of it, if you get the same degree as the people taking all the ones with the 4s in the title,
Doesn't matter.
what's the point?
Oh,
Just get
God.
through
That's
it.
something I wish I could go back in time with and like
Right.
tell myself. Like, quit stressing about your GPA.
Yeah.
Quit
I know.
stressing
Yeah.
about
Bennett is
what
stressing about
title
his,
you're going to get.
He's taking his ACT in October.
Yeah.
And he is. Last night we had a long conversation. He's got ACT prep courses and
Yes.
he's got all this stuff.
Did you
going on.
do
He's so
prep? Did you do any prep?
What? I got. You said go to Lincoln. Like I wish I had the option. Apparently, you have to have a certain level of ACT score to get into Lincoln. They didn't even respond with a thanks for your application.
Thanks for your interest, Pat.
Right.
well, they missed out.
I mean, I don't. If I did a prep, I'm sure they did a prep like during school at some point, but I didn't. I don't recall doing it.
I don't recall any stress about it
well,
at all.
And here's the deal. Like, I was actually thinking about this on the drive over here. I mean, I'm well into my 40s and I'm finally figuring out that I have a job that I like. Like, I never hated, well, with the exception of I was in a place for a couple years that I was just not a right fit for. No bad remarks to the company. I just wasn't a good fit. But other than that, like, I never hated a job necessarily, but I'm finally to the point that I'm like, oh, I wish I could have told 30-some-year-old me and 20-some-year-old me that, like, it's going to take you a while to find a place that you're really enjoying. And that's okay, because everything leading up to that point is happening for a reason, even if you don't understand it.
If that stuff hadn't happened, you may not be where you're at.
Right. And I know you guys can totally relate to that too. But
it's hard to tell kids that, or whatever, people that aren't our age, to that that doesn't matter. You're not going to be able to prepare for what's coming, and just trust that you're going to end up where you're going to end up. Whatever happens to you is supposed to happen, because they're like, no, I'm going to be this and I'm going to do that. And then if one little roadblock or a speed bump happens, they go off the rails. It's like, just take a deep breath, calm down. It's going to be fine.
Absolutely. And what I learned is that I needed to have the 2, and mine was fortunately just a couple years, but it was the longest 2 years of my professional career. I needed to have that to truly appreciate what I have now. Like if I would have had a pretty smooth sailing professional career, all the way through, I don't even think I would appreciate what I have now nearly as much.
Right.
Because like, oh my gosh, the commute is so much better, and the coworkers are so collaborative, and oh my gosh, there's an awesome cafeteria, and like all this stuff that you're just like, you take for granted.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
You do. You really do. And then you realize when you don't have it, you're just like, oh man, now what we've got, it's like, I appreciate it every day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate it every day. But yeah, going back to this whole school thing, it's like, I didn't take things serious in school. I was fortunate. I was a solid B student. Right? It was like, I didn't have, you know what I mean? But I didn't challenge myself either. So it was like, I just wanted to get home, go ride my horses.
Yeah.
And get ready for the next horse show or whatever it was that I was going to be. I thought I'd be training horses. That was what I was, and I wanted to be a veterinarian, but I wasn't prepared.
Sure.
Academically.
And that's you skating through as a solid B student. That's crazy. That skating through is getting by, and this is, I was just a B student. I didn't do anything. Like, it was struggles.
It was
C, low C, like scooting in with a week before the school's over with a D plus. Like, can I do a report? I mean, anything. Yeah. So it's like, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
But
it didn't serve me well. I didn't appreciate it.
Yeah, sure. Well, I get it. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't take advantage of the possibilities.
Right.
The things that I could have done in school until my senior year, because I didn't do any extracurricular stuff seriously, except play volleyball.
Sure.
And softball. Those are the two things that I did take time out to do. But otherwise, I didn't take advantage until I think it was my senior year, that it was like swing choir. It was go out for musicals. It was in the play. I did do the plays, I guess, junior and senior, but otherwise, I was like, because that took up too much time.
Yeah.
That's stuff. Like, I got stuff I got to go do.
Well, then I was like well into college, and like, Friday nights, I'm like, oh, it's just Monday morning. I got that 16-page paper. And Ryan's like, what is wrong with you? You're going to be fine. You might want to live a little. And that was my other half. And that's what loosened me up, a little bit.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until like well into college. My teammates gave me the same crap. Now, there were a few teammates that took things a little too lax, I will say. But I'm glad that they had influence on me when they did. And those like super influential years when you're just trying to find out, like, what does it mean to be an adult? Like, how do I live outside of my parents' domain?
That is true. That's when I moved to Arizona. I didn't move because I moved there late, because I decided late that I wanted to go there after the first year at Doane. And then they changed my program, actually. I was in equine science program is what I was actually in, because that was the closest I could get to having a horse. Because I had to have my horse there, so my horse was out there as well. So anyway, when I moved to Arizona to go to Arizona State, and so I lived off campus.
Yeah.
That was game changer.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because then I was in an apartment and in Tempe, and I'm like, well, you're far away now.
You got what you wanted.
Right? And it really, that was a game changer.
And I've never experienced that. I mean, college for me was 20 minutes away from my parents. So it's like I had, teammates from California and Oregon and Texas. Yeah. And they were just like, another Thanksgiving. Like, I'm just calling home. And I'm like, I'm taking my second load of laundry this afternoon. You guys want to come home with me?
Right? My mom and dad started coming down. That was it. It was like they were coming down there for all the holidays. Next thing you know, they bought a place down there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, hold on.
I missed you, but this is a little much.
Time to move back to Nebraska.
Right? House is empty, right? Just checking. Oh my God. So you got the senior.
Yeah. Softball's already starting, if you can believe that. I heard you a few episodes back that Sophia was trying out.
Yeah.
So what happened with softball?
They start practicing in the next couple weeks. It's spring, but they start now practicing indoor and everything.
Awesome.
Yeah. She's pretty pumped.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
Yes.
Does she have a favorite position?
She likes. She played one season before, and she played everything. So she really kind of.
That's good.
She wants to try. She likes infield. She gets too bored in the outfield, so she wants to learn her position in the infield that she likes to play.
So I always hand out like a little questionnaire to all my girls before the season without their parents being there helping them fill it out or anything. And I've got really good parents, so none of them like hover, but I just want it to be completely independent of parents. So this year's questionnaire was all about, what positions have you played? And of those, what are your favorite? Or not even of those, just what are your top 2 favorites? They can be in the list of what you have played, or it can be whatever you want. And then, do you have a nickname? And if you don't have a nickname, do you want a nickname? And if you don't want a nickname, let us know. And like all these just kind of like a culture fit type questionnaire so that everybody gets along with everyone. And so what was interesting to me is I put on my big old whiteboard, I drew out the field, and I started listing out all the positions that girls said that they wanted to play. And I'm going to take a snapshot of it and share it with them to say, okay, we have 5 girls who want to play third, 4 at shortstop, 5 at first. We got 3 pitchers, 4 catchers, 3 outfielder, just 3 out of 12 girls, or whatever it is. And so I'm going to like tell them, this is your time that when you get an opportunity, you got to kind of earn it because there's 4 other girls besides you.
Yeah.
That's a good idea to make it visual like that. Yeah,
because I was a visual learner.
Right, for sure.
Right. And so when I play, like if I told my coach, I play second base, I want to play second base. Like in my mind, then I wouldn't understand why someone else would be given the same opportunity if I was doing good. But it's like, well, crap, like prepare for the real world. You're not going to be the all-star at everything.
Right.
You're going to have to share some territory.
Exactly.
And frankly, sometimes you are going to get bumped because someone's flat out better than you. So learn it now.
to it.
Not a bad thing to have happen.
Yeah.
And then it just makes you want to, it either lights the fire.
Yeah.
Or you realize you really didn't want it that bad.
Yeah. And what's crazy is, there are a couple girls that I think their parents would be surprised that they didn't list certain positions as like their favorites.
Yeah.
So that'll open up a discussion too. To just say, hey.
That's a great idea. Did you
Just
learn
so
that
you
from
know.
another coach or just invent that yourself?
Pat, it's just Heidi Woodard,
She's a
coaching
natural.
philosophy.
Heidi Woodard.
Did a lot of things wrong too. We can do that in another episode. That might have to be a 2-hour episode of the things I've learned that I've done wrong.
Redos.
It's a little deodorant. Just saying here. Hold on. Let's go back and do that one again. Oh my
No,
God,
a lot of things
that's
that I do,
awesome,
I
though.
kind of wish that, I would have done. Or I take things that I remember coaches did.
Yes.
But I was like, this coach was different for a reason. And
Yes.
this is something I can easily implement.
Exactly. Isn't that true though? Teachers, coaches, certain ones stand out.
Well, and don't you think obviously there's going to be certain teams, and there are, in this city along with region that are just flat out like everyone up and down the lineup is a stud player, and maybe they concentrate on softball more than anything. Big proponent, as you guys know, multi-sport athletes. So I try to get girls who play soccer, volleyball, basketball, in addition to softball. Gymnastics. I'm trying to name off all the things that I know my girls are involved in.
Yeah.
But as a result, we might not necessarily hone every single skill as much as some of the other teams. But I would say my team is in the majority of all other teams, where it's like you try to get as many practices as you can. You work with the talent that you have. And what's game changing and life changing to me is that the girls just want to still play at the end of the season. Like none of them are just like, well, we won X amount of tournaments, but I hate this sport. Like I never got to do a sleepover all summer.
Yeah.
I never got to
Because it was
go
fun.
on family
Because
vacation
you made it fun.
outside of a
It wasn't
hotel.
like it was work for them. They made it fun. You made it fun.
Try.
That's cool. Yeah.
Try. But it's insane.
Yeah.
I mean,
How many
I
games
think
do
I told you on a text. So 11 and we were technically 10. So now we're 11. So we have to play 12 and under because softball's weird. It's every 2 increments. 8U, 10U, 12U.
Right, I don't
Where
get-
baseball's every year. So we are now entering a 12 and under as a bunch of 10, 11-year-olds. So we'll get our teeth kicked in. The same thing happened when we were 8 playing in 10 and under. But so last year we were at the top of the 10 and under age bracket, and we finished, I want to say, with 65 maybe games between fall and summer.
Craziness.
Maybe 60.
That is so much.
That's so much.
Yeah.
That,
And
that
again,
no
we
wonder.
don't travel nearly as much as some of these other clubs.
How in the world? I mean, like.
So then
how
what
many
you do
games
is you carry a roster of 12, and you just know that, we get 9 at a game. And if girls have to do other things, then they have to do other things.
Yeah.
So
That's incredible. It's like 2-3 games a week.
So it's double headers on the league nights.
Okay.
And so that shortens it a bit because they're always timed, like, drop dead time. So it's 75 minutes. It doesn't matter if you're the home team, you got the winning runner on third, and your
buzzer goes off, you're done.
Well, it's not a buzzer, but yes.
They need to have a softball buzzer. I'm gonna invent that.
But yes, the timer goes off. The ump throws his hands in the air, and you're done. Like
Did they do it in baseball too?
I don't remember any time limit in baseball when my boys were growing up.
It always feels like it's like okay, well, we got to do this game, but let's just do it for an hour. Because it always felt like that with the girls' sports.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just like
I think
okay.
when Bennett he played his 1 year of baseball. It was an hour time limit, but if you were it was the same thing. If the home team wasn't or whatever, the team that was losing was out in the field, they got a chance to bat. Or some weird.
So that wouldn't be considered like a drop dead time limit. That would be you let the home team finish out their bat. So because of that, that's a lot of games. League a doubleheader every Monday it was for us. Now we're switching, thank God, to Tuesday nights because having little girls play a full weekend of tournaments and then turn around and be like, oh, we have the late games on a Monday night. Sorry, teachers, they're not going to get home till 9:45 and then have dinner after that. If they're lucky.
Yeah, right.
If they're lucky.
Maybe some Girl Scout cookies in the pantry. You can just take that to bed.
Bowl of cereal for whatever.
Here's a sleeve.
And isn't that the greatest irony of any parent who has kids playing competitive sports is that we have them on the field, the court, they're doing extra workouts and speed, agility, and then we're like, so McDonald's or Chick-fil-A?
Right.
Like we're pumping them full of complete crap. And I know, getting older, exercise is way less important than nutrition.
Right?
So
exactly. I wish somebody said that a long time ago.
Oh, that's something that we should talk about.
Right?
Like ask my son when we have him in, like, what is your daily caloric intake? Walk us through what you eat today.
Oh my god.
Just watching what Bennett eats. I know it's crazy that he can not only eat as much as he does, but the junk.
Yeah.
And he'll eat 2 full Jimmy John's sandwiches long.
Oh god.
And we'll eat one before we get home. Like we'll stop at Jimmy John's to go through a drive-thru, and he'll he just. And I look back there, and he's crunkling up the paper. He's got another sandwich. I'm like, dude, just wait till we get home for that one.
Need a burp?
Right?
Yeah.
Like he eats so much.
Well, I have to laugh because I know that if mine eat, the boys especially before like 6, which is before 7, I should say, in the hour, between 6 and 7. Like there is no way that they're not gonna have second dinner before they go to bed at 11.
And you hear the doors open in the kitchen and the at like 9:30.
There's nothing in here.
Our parents are starving us. Well, we just spent $275 2 days ago.
Right.
So I don't know.
We have nothing to eat.
You do the math. You're the one that's good at math.
Right.
But though I have to say I was just as guilty at that age.
Yep.
Of what I ate.
You know what's so funny? Okay, so my mom,
God.
God bless her, my parents, they are tight with the finances, which is good. It's a good life skill to have. But I remember I was in high school and I was using like oil of Olay face cream for like my leg. Like I'd shaved and I was just like slathering it on my leg. You would have thought my mom was going to have an aneurysm. Like,
That's my what
drop that. What? And I'm like, what? I'm like, we don't have any lotion. And it's like, one of those things costs like $6 for like, 14 ounces or something crazy like that. Not even 6 ounces. And yeah, she saw me just slathering
freaking out.
Yeah. Just like, what's the big deal, Mom?
think we're made of money? What do you think we're doing here, right?
Not my job.
For God's sake. I know the game changer for me food-wise was when I did move because I'd never lived near fast food.
Oh, yeah.
Growing up. There was no fast food in Ashland. I think we got a Bredo pizza at one point. But you had a couple of places like diners. But there was no fast food. So yeah, Crete. That's where I discovered I liked the Dairy Queen cheeseburger.
Oh yes!
Yeah.
Holy smoke!
It's insane. That's talk about game changing. Those things are in their fries.
Oh yes, yeah. So hello, freshman 15.
And get that, and then following up with a blizzard.
I was still playing sports in college. So for me, not to say we didn't put on weight, but it might have been more, weight room weight.
Yeah.
Muscle.
Yeah. I mean, to a degree, but I caution saying muscle with me because I was like, on a good day, $125 soaking wet.
Yeah.
I know that's hard to believe today. So for me to be flexing biceps back then, I don't know. But I have to laugh because it was beyond that when I got into the real world, into the, cubicle land. And I was like, when's spring break? And they're like, we have PTO. What's PTO? Like, when's our break? When's our 2-week break?
Right.
No. And I would just stuff my face like all day long.
Got it.
So
Got
it doesn't matter when it hits you, but when it hits you, you're just like, oh yeah, maybe I should pay attention to what I'm
I wish you
eating.
could hear it like there was a noise, like a notification, or like you heard something hit the floor when your metabolism dropped. Like you're just walking down when you hear the boop, and you're like, there was a notification. I know that instantly from right at this point, I have to stop.
I can't have bacon double cheeseburgers anymore.
But here's the deal: knowledge is one thing, and acceptance is
it's true.
different. Because I will,
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I will leave here and I will go get definite deli sandwich,
Not
20
even
ounce
lying.
pop.
We've got a meeting in a little
chips.
bit, and I'm thinking, where can I go on a drive-through on the way to this meeting?
Yeah.
Because I'm just like I know, and I'm like I should just eat my chicken cup or whatever that I brought here.
What's a chicken cup? That sounds terrible.
This is some crappy mix.
No, it's not even that. It's not even.
Is this Is this the frozen vegetable
No, this is-
mixture? He has a microwave casserole he makes.
Okay, let's talk me through
essentially,
this.
just
well, what I
know-
do-
I love how you rationalize nutritional choices. Because what was it? It was like a few podcasts ago where he was talking about like they were good. You were good about going to Don and Millie's because you shared something.
Wait, no,
but
wait.
then
this
also
guy-
had margarita.
little kid meals.
And you had the kids meal because it came with the candy. I was like, man, Pat and I are in sync.
yeah.
I want to justify what I eat with Pat.
And order a kid's meal with a margarita.
It's like you
How
think
creepy
that
is that?
when you get to
Yeah.
the golden gates, the pearly gates, and they open it up, and somebody's gonna be standing there with a list of everything you've eaten. Oh, I see. You only had the child size.
Uh-huh.
That's very good. We'll take that one
Uh-huh.
off. Okay.
Felt good about ourselves. Only 4 Frenchies only 2 instead of 4.
Okay, so back to the
Okay, so
chicken cup.
first of all,
Yeah.
and I should have said chicken pouch.
Okay.
It's just one of those little I don't know what brand it is, Charlie tuna, but it's chicken, and it's a
Okay.
little pouch you open, and it's like buffalo chicken. It's like an ounce of it, whatever. And
But
you
like
split-
zero carbs with this.
I don't know about that.
No, I'm saying you eat it with no bread.
Yeah, just because that's just the fastest. I just take a
Okay.
fork and I eat it. But normally, if I have time,
he usually eats like somebody's gonna steal it.
Okay.
oh yeah,
Just
well, 'cause
trust-
usually I'm so hungry, just
Yeah.
like hungry.
Because you eat a chicken cup. That
Right.
sounds terrible.
I'll give you a bite before you leave.
I don't know.
But here's a little pro tip for people that are trying to eat healthy and like to graze all day.
Yeah.
What I do is I go get, now this may sound gross too, but I go get one of those big, huge, it's just a can of chicken. It's like the chicken, it's instead of tuna, but it's chicken. But in a big one.
Is it white chicken breast
Yes.
meat? Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that
And-
watery stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's good. And then I get a bag of like corn, like the little steamers. They have corn.
Yes.
They have one
Microwavable
that has
pouches.
corn, red peppers, and another vegetable in it. And it.
Broccoli.
Yep. No, not broccoli. It's like
Green beans.
it's a Southwest mix, but without any cheese.
Because he gets
whatever.
fancy.
Right.
Okay.
And I nuke that, and then I mix them
stopping
together.
it without cheese. I'm like, pass.
I haven't finished yet.
Okay.
But there's no cheese. But
Like,
I
okay,
put
so we
them
got
together and eat all
watery
day.
chicken
But I drain it. I drain the chicken into the sink.
and frozen vegetables.
And then I nuke the vegetables so they're no longer frozen.
Because they're in the microwavable pouch.
Yeah, so then I
Yes.
put them together, mix them together, and I make something that I can eat all day, and it has like 300 calories altogether. So then when I'm hungry, I go get a few bites,
Yeah.
and I go back and sit.
There you go.
Plus, my BMs are regular AF.
All that fiber.
All that fiber, it's like
Is there
lighting a
what'd you
wick.
say? It was carrots or was it? No, was
No
it?
carrots. No, it was corn, red peppers, and something else. Maybe it was onions, like caramelized onions.
I was for years doing the protein shake in the morning that I made every
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah.
I added up how many calories was in the day. I'm like, what I assumed was my healthy protein shake, 725. Easy.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
My favorite
Easy.
one is it Juice Stop. And there's,
Yes.
there's Juice Stop. I'll stop there, and there's once in a while as a treat because I looked it up. But there's one that I really like, and I can't remember the name of it right now. But it's got both banana, peanut butter, and chocolate.
say
Protein
anything
power.
with peanut-
It's like
peanut
it's
butter
like the
one's
highest
unbelievable.
protein one. Oh my God! And you're right. It's like 700 and some calories easily. Easily.
That's a lot. They're lies when they say protein shakes and health like this. You're right. It's the worst.
Yeah.
So good though.
Well, I'm just going to tell you, it is good getting older and fatter together. I love you guys so
Yeah.
much.
Just slowly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're just
Because,
comfortable.
I mean, one of us is going to speak at each other's funerals. And all we're going to be like is, we knew.
knew.
He or she were going down a bad path, but damn,
that's okay.
it was good to
They gave it a
eat.
good old college try.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
My God, yes. That was awesome.
Heidi, you're awesome for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And by the way, just going to throw this out there. Kugler Vision, thank you very much for making this podcast possible.
Yes.
Because of Kugler, then we get to have our favorite people.
Yes,
in.
we're very
They're
excited about
wonderful.
that.
I gotta meet these people in person.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
we're
cool.
going to be talking to Dr. Stunts soon in one of our episodes coming up because he hasn't been on the podcast yet.
Former Husker.
Former Husker, GBR.
What was his sport?
Football.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you know what position? I'm going to quiz
Stunts.
you.
I think he was either a kicker or a quarterback. One of the two.
Kicker or quarterback?
Stunts?
Stunts.
Yep.
Yes.
Punts for stunts.
And
Hopefully
maybe
he was a kicker.
I'm
The
gonna
Stunts
Google
punts?
that too. The Stunts punts.
We're going to have to ask him
It's
that.
Mike Stunts.
Yeah, look that up real quick. While you're doing that, I will say, if you get on kuglervision.com right now, you can check out their consultations and you can schedule it yourself because the calendar pops up, pick the day, pick the hour, and then be sure to tell them you heard about them on Pat and JT's podcast and make your consultation, and then you can find out where you are and ditch the glasses, ditch the contacts, get the freedom that we've got. I'm telling you right now. Plus, they can take care of you. They're the best. Kuglervision.com.
I might give him a hug when he comes in. I knew the name. I knew who Mike Stunts was.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you know who he is. When Nebraska beat Oklahoma, Eric Crouch was the quarterback. Stunts is the one who threw the pass to Eric. He caught the touchdown.
There we go.
And they beat Oklahoma number 1 v number 2. That's right. In Lincoln.
Give him the proper shout out, man.
Yeah.
So he'll have Crouch stories.
Yeah. We'll have a lot
Got
of stories.
it. There
Yeah.
we go.
Yeah.
All
right, guys.
Heidi, you're awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Thanks for listening to the Pat and JT podcast.
Pat and JT Podcast, a Parkville Media Production.